G'day and welcome to the show. It's wet and it's wild, but we are having a wonderful time as we weave our way this week to Rotorua.
Sit back and relax and enjoy our Jayco journey through New Zealand as we show you what's up down under.
It's time to see this land of wonder. It's time to go and see what's up down under.
Welcome back to our New Zealand Jayco journey. From Australia, we've flown to Auckland, and over 4 episodes, we'll travel the North Island and visit some amazing places along the way. Today, we caravan from Bowen Town to Rotorua. The drive into Rotorua, the last half an hour was amazing. There was this one particular tree-lined avenue, this road where you were just covered by this canopy of greenery, and it was amazing. There was this distinct New Zealand sort of forest feel about it, and you thought that you were about to reach somewhere pretty special. There was these rolling hills at this one stage with these massive sort of pillars of stone that people had written things all over, and they looked so profound in the middle of these rolling hills, which was awesome as well. But that's just typical of New Zealand. Everywhere you turn, there's something to see, there's something to look at, and it's all new to the eye, and it's such a sensory experience. Unbelievable. After arriving in Rotorua, we made our way to All Seasons Holiday Park, another member of Family Parks. Whilst the crew and I settled into the park, Ali caught up with park managers Kevin and Tracy Thornborough, who gave us an insight to what this park is all about.
The first thing I noticed when we pulled in was these great big dinosaurs in the garden. What's the story with that?
Gives us a theme to run with, makes us a little bit different from other places. We initially got 3, and we ended up with 18.
Tell us about All Seasons Holiday Park Rotorua.
We want to focus more on the families. We've got older children, and we just want to know that you can go on holiday and it doesn't have to cost a lot of money. We go from powered sites right up until motel accommodation. So we cater for big families, small families, ones that can't afford much on a budget. We've got tent sites, our motel units basically got everything in it. So you just come and you've got your motel style. And then we've got the family units that cater for the bigger families. They have your 2 bedrooms with your bathroom, kitchen, lounge, crock pot.
Do you have anything for the larger motorhomes and caravans?
But we've got quite a bit of room here and space here at the parks, and then we've got the larger drive-through sites for the big units like you've got, and the bigger units of like fifth-wheelers and buses basically.
And what's the best time of year to come and visit you guys?
Oh, any time of the year is always beautiful here.
Especially with our indoor heated pool, it's going all year round.
It's made of 7 segments, and each segment can move, so if the weather isn't very good we leave it all closed up, and when the sun comes out and it warms up we can open up a segment at a time or the whole lot.
How long have you been here at All Seasons Holiday Park Rotorua?
We're in our 7th year now. We've struck up some really good friendships with a lot of people now, and people are really good to deal with. They're happy, they're on holiday, and if you provide a good service and good hospitality, then they're pretty happy.
If you want to find out more about this park or any other family park, just log on to their website, familyparks.com.au.
In Rotorua, we went to the Skyline, which you need to go and get into a gondola to get up the mountain to get to Skyline. And so we all did that. We piled into some gondolas and went up this beautiful mountain. And the whole way up there, you get this picturesque view of Rotorua, all of the lake and the island in the middle. And it's just amazing to sort of look out from that height and see it all at once.
As soon as we reached the top of the mountain, Ali sought out one of the managers at Skyline to learn more of what this fantastic place has to offer.
So Nitin, tell us where we are.
Right now we are on top of Mount Nongataha at Skyline Rotorua.
And aside from the gondola, what else is there to do in the area?
Well, at this spot, there's a lot of things to do. We have a fantastic restaurant on site called Stratosphere. We have a market kitchen. You can do luge. We have sky swing. We have a wine tasting room on top. We have New Zealand's first Jelly Belly concept store and art gallery on top. And we have sky view. And down there we have on-site winery, that is Volcanic Hill Winery.
We made our way to the winery where Brent gave us some of his amazing Volcanic Hills wines, and they were just sensational. Like, I know New Zealand is known for its white wines and whatnot, and they were just all very unique, much like their maker. And the Chardonnay was just to die for. Seriously beautiful wines.
The reason why we came here is to link up with Skyline, which is an iconic New Zealand attraction, tourist attraction. We like to bring wine to people rather than people to wine, due mainly to people who don't really like going to wine regions anymore. So when you come here, you see Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc, you see Marlborough Pinot Gris, Hawke's Bay Chardonnay, Central Otago Marlborough Pinot Noir. They're the best of New Zealand, but do it here, and make it here in Rotorua, and have a bit of provenance behind it as well. This is New Zealand's biggest selling wine variety. New Zealand's Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc. It's the thing that makes it. If you walk into a bar in Australia and the UK and Canada for that matter, you'll probably ask for white wine and you'll get a Marlborough Sauvignon Blanc.
It's really good. It kind of hits the back of the tongue like a minute later, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's tasty.
Where does the name Volcanic Hills come from?
Well, originally we were going to call the company Volcanic, but Volcanic's a very masculine name. The reason why we're going to call it Volcanic is when you look out the window here in Rotorua, you can see one of the bigger craters from a volcano. Lake Rotorua was originally a crater, volcano, blew the top off it. You can see around to our right here is Mount Tarawera, which erupted in 1886 and covered the pink and white terraces. It's synonymous with what Rotorua and the area is about, so Volcanic Hills is a bit of our history.
The restaurant up the top of the mountain, Stratosphere, which is a gorgeous play on words, it was beautiful, and they had all of these really fine foods and lovely options on the menu, but we decided to take the sort of terrace style dining option because it was such a beautiful day. We could take in the views, and you know, why wouldn't you want to make the most of something like that on a beautiful day? So we sat outside and had some delicious pizzas and enjoyed some more of the wine.
Keep watching, because later in the program we see some prehistoric wildlife. Ali gets up close and personal with the national mascot, and What's Up Down Under makes a big splash.
All along our New Zealand Jayco journey, 2XU have provided us with some great sporting and leisure wear.
To find out how you can get into some 2XU, visit their website, 2xu.com.au. Coming up after the break, we head up the hill in style, but make our own way down. Nissan, supporting What's Up Down Under and this journey. To see their latest models, visit your local Nissan dealer today, or go online and log on to nissan.com.au. After another great night at All Seasons Holiday Park, we just had to head back up to Skyline, a playground for young and old.
The first thing, of course, that the guys wanted to do was ride the luge down the hill, which is this crazy little go-kart track.
There's 3 tracks: slow, medium, fast. Every appetite for speed can be satisfied.
The boys went down and they took the advanced track, and I sort of got bored waiting for them, so I snuck off and I took the scenic route.
The best part for me was just cruising down the luge, and Ali is just meandering, taking in the view, and we have just bolted around her, and we might have shaved a couple of years off of her life. The one thing I used to hate as a kid when you were go-karting down a hill is that after the exhilaration of going down the hill, you had to turn around, grab your rope, and just trench all the way back up the hill. At Skyline, you just saddle up to the chairlift, you sit down, and you just cruise back up, which is great because you're literally above everyone who is riding the luge. But then you also get to see the mountain bike trails that are there, you get to see the flying fox. You literally get a bird's eye view of everything that's happening.
I'm pretty sure that I've overcome any fear of heights that I might have been holding on to because the next thing I knew it, I was getting on a trapeze to flying fox my way down the hill.
The next thing you see is hurtling down this hill is Ali in this sort of, she's in a saddle, careering on the road, bang.
It was like flying through the air, and made my way to the end, and I'm still here to tell the tales. Wasn't bad.
Confidence breeds new challenges, so it was time to introduce Ali to the Sky Swing.
We got hoisted up really, really high.
3, 2, 1. Oh, yes! Yes! Holy! Yeah, where are you, Jimbo? Yeah!
Not only are you just flinging through the air at a ridiculous speed from a stupid height, you just think you're just going to roll on down this hill and end up somewhere on the other side of New Zealand. So that was really scary. But we did it, and we survived, and I'll probably do it again.
If you want to find out about all the attractions at Skyline Rotorua or make a booking online, visit their website at skyline.co.nz.
Luxury on wheels is the best way to describe the top-of-the-range Jayco Silver Line.
And a sophisticated unit when you arrive at your destination. From the top-of-the-range appliance fit-out all the way to the beautifully finished joinery and upholstery, which come in a range of 9 trim options.
Cooking, reading, sleeping, or just relaxing in the large living area, all in air-conditioned 5-star luxury. The stereo features indoor and outdoor speakers.
Complete with new style vanity, a square shower recess, and even a washing machine. What is this? Oh, Macca, do your own washing.
And outside, the attention to detail continues. Up top there, that's a 12-volt boosted aerial, so Ange can sit inside, watch the telly, perfect reception. And a 150-watt solar system. That's not bad at all. And speaking of the roof, it's all one-piece sandwich construction, and that stuff's hail resistant. Back on ground level, we've got J-Tech suspension and Elco ESC as standard, because after all, arriving safely is what it's all about, isn't it?
The walls are all fully insulated tough frame, very strong.
Raised chrome badges, very classy. But it's the little things that catch me, things like these slide-out gas bottles. How simple's that?
Even lights under the annex. Now that's a bright idea.
I really like this one, Macca. Top of the range.
Not unlike yourself, Ange.
Oh, I like you a little bit more every day, Macca.
To find out more about this model or any other Jayco RV, log on to jayco.com.au or phone 1300 Jayco RV.
Coming up after the break, we take a journey through the history of New Zealand.
And we fall for Rainbow Springs. So stay tuned because there's still plenty more to come of our New Zealand Jayco journey.
What's up, down under?
This episode is brought to you by Family Parks. To plan your next holiday in New Zealand or Australia, log on to familyparks.com.au. There's a real sense of excitement this morning when we got up because there's so many things to do in Rotorua, whether it's adventure and nature and all of those things. And we were fortunate enough to make it to Rainbow Springs. I reckon the inner child in Ali, which bubbles pretty close to the surface, was just waiting to play with the kiwis, and she got lost in that, and it was amazing to watch.
Seeing a kiwi up close and personal was so exciting. They are so cute, and I think the one that I saw was possibly 2 weeks old, so he was a fresh hatched kiwi bird.
I generally want entertainment, but I also got educated while I was here and entertained. It was pure stimulation. It was great.
So it was awesome to get to see a kiwi bird fully grown, and Tony took me for a walk through the nocturnal enclosure where we saw one of the older birds that they've got in captivity, and I think she was about 50 years old, so she came in as a youngling, and they do keep some of the birds in the enclosure for their breeding program.
I was lucky enough to get a behind-the-scenes experience with a tuatara. I had a pat, I had a play.
These are like a living fossil. This guy.
Oh, yeah. See what I mean? I thought I was pretty calm, but I think the footage says otherwise.
Rainbow Springs was beautiful because once you get into the park, you get to have sort of an easy walk around, and our tour guide, Teresa, took us around and showed us some birds.
So their song really is like a key. I don't know how the...
Come on, give us a go.
I can only sort of whistle it. So.
We went into this aquarium where you could see the fish sort of swimming, the rainbow trout. There was a couple of kids there, Benji and his sister, so we got to feed the fish with them, and you think you're having a good time, but when you see the fun in the kids' eyes and in their behaviour, you know that it's a special place. These kids were having a ball, and it was contagious, so really loved that. After learning about the native animals, it was time to learn about the history of New Zealand, and Rainbow Springs had the perfect way to tell the story.
The Big Splash was so cool. I mean, to get in a little boat and get to cruise around and have a look at what New Zealand would have been like back in the time when dinosaurs roamed was just something that you have to experience for yourself. All of a sudden, there was a dinosaur, and I really wasn't expecting to see that. And then the next thing you know, there's this giant bird swinging down. They've just thought of everything here at Rainbow Springs. You go right through and around, and you get to see a different time during the New Zealand historical period when the colonial era kind of happened and the white settlers came in. The next thing that happened on the Big Splash, I was not ready for. And falling from that high up on a water tour was definitely exhilarating and fun, and absolutely got drenched, but loved it.
If you want to find out more about Rainbow Springs or make a booking online, visit their website at rainbowsprings.co.nz.
Our journey continues to roll as we explore the North Island of New Zealand.
And we meet a chief who invites us to his village for an authentic hungy. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss what's coming up next. This episode is brought to you by Jayco. To see the entire range of Jayco products, visit jayco.com.au or call 1300 Jayco RV. From our great mates at Travel Auctions, this week there are a number of offers to bid on. If you're in South Australia, enjoy 10 nights hire of a powered site at the Mannum Caravan Park, or up to 3 nights in a villa at the Port Broughton Caravan Park. And in Victoria, we've got up to 4 nights holiday unit accommodation at the Torquay Holiday Park. For full details and to bid, visit the website travelauctions.com.au. Are you a Travel Saver Card member? There's never been a better time with over 5,000 discounts in Australia and New Zealand. You can now save at over 100 holiday parks, but the savings just got better. With the What's Up Down Under Travel Saver Card, you can now get a 25% discount on a Family Parks 2-year membership, allowing you to save at 120 parks in both Australia and New Zealand. That's over 200 holiday parks. See the What's Up Down Under website for further details. Rotorua is a great place to learn about the proud Maori culture and traditions. On our last evening, we were invited to the Maitai Village for a traditional hangi and an experience we will never forget.
It was just next level when it comes to authentic and traditional cultural experiences. We made our way down to this gorgeous, clear, running, fresh spring. And so there was this amazing, beautiful big boat that came through with all of the Maori warriors in their traditional dress, and there was flames coming off the boat, and they were pulling the scary faces that they do with the amazing tattoos on their face. It was just so real. You felt like you were sort of back in time, viewing another culture and another time, and it was incredible. You really have to experience it.
The chief invited us into his village to teach, instruct, and entertain. Having lived in New Zealand for a period of time, seeing the haka again in this environment was moving and totally unforgettable.
After we saw the show, We went and we had a traditional meal from the hangi, which was all this gorgeous meat and veg, the sweet potato, or kumara as they call it here. Had an amazing dinner feasting on that, which was sensational. After the hangi, we were able to go on a walk through a traditional Maori village, and it was night time, so seeing the huts and being explained to about how people used to live in the rainforest was really incredible. But what was sort of a little highlight for me at the end of the night, because I love this sort of thing, was seeing the glowworms in their natural habitat. So all these bright little lights coming out from the middle of nowhere. It was like seeing the night sky on the ground. Our guide took us for a walk deeper into the forest, and there was this beautiful crystal clear spring of water, and he turned on a light which shone through the water, and you could just see it bubbling up out of the earth, which was so beautiful. There were fish in there, and it looked like it was probably about 40 centimetres deep, but in actual fact it was about 2 or 3 metres deep, so it was quite deceiving. Absolutely just mesmerising, so beautiful.
If you want to find out more about the Maitai Village or make a booking online, visit their website at maitai.co.nz. Sadly, it's time to farewell magical Rotorua as we continue on our Jayco journey around New Zealand. Whether it's adrenaline, whether it's education, Rotorua will entertain you no end.
And we'd like to thank our Family Parks hosts and the Maitai Maori Village, who have taught us all about Maori culture.
Next time you find us, we'll be in Raglan, where we look forward to showing you more of What's Up Down Under.